Chasm is as old school a metroidvania game as you're going to get. When you learn new skills, new possibilities and opportunities are open on the map that were previously closed. What BitKid brings new to the genre is, every playthrough has a different map layout. That metroidvania feeling of discovery can be recreated each time you play the game. In the 90s, in the heydays of metroidvanias, that would have been a winning hook, no doubt. But in the now, is it a hook that compounds the problem? There are so many indie metroidvanias. Metroidvanias are a genre many of today's indie developers grew up playing. They spent night after night ransacking Dracula's castle or powering up Samus's gear. But around the turn of the century, the metroidvania genre was somewhat left behind, as 3D graphics became the dominant force in the industry. After Symphony of the Night came out in '98, the next Castlevania game in the metroidvania style wasn't until 2001, and that was just a port of an old 1993 title. In the indie scene, however, 2D games have long been back in fashion. 2D games are a great way for indie developers to cut their teeth. They're a type of game that is feasible to make with a small team and small budget. And the metroidvania genre gives developers a chance to flex their muscles in designing all sorts. They design exploration, platforming, combat, collectibles, puzzles, upgrade systems, all in a world of their own characters and stories of their own making. For an indie developer, the main issue is unlikely to be making the game, it's in finding an audience to play it. Too many make the mistake of thinking they have to build a game first and worry about selling it later. No, marketing needs to get underway right from the start. Building an audience for your 2D Metroidvania can't wait till your game is finished. BitKid knew that. Without it, you're dead on arrival. BitKid solved that problem the way you could back in 2012, Kickstarter. Before the platform was besmirched by failed and fraudulent campaigns, there was a short period it was a developer's dream. It let you start marketing from an early stage to an audience that was directly invested in you. 7,000 people backed Chasm's campaign, raising $190,000 for its development, but its ability to create awareness for the game and start building an audience was just as valuable. Far more people than the 7,000 backers learned what Chasm was and kept their eye on its development. Chasm did well to build an audience and budget. It was going to need it because the level of competition by the time Chasm was released was massive. They weren't the only developers who had grown up loving Metroidvanias and were keen to bring their own take. The release of the Nintendo Switch didn't help either. Successful Metroidvanias got re-releases, further increasing the competition. Gamers had plenty of choice when it came to Metroidvanias. Hence, a successful Metroidvania needs a hook, and Chasm's, in theory, is brilliant. The game ingeniously preserves what makes Metroidvania special, the feeling of exploration and rediscovery. Each time you play the game, the map is different, making the old new once again. So BitKid had a strong hook, but the development was taking a lot longer than expected. It's in these times that Kickstarter becomes a double-edged sword. Your backers are rightfully entitled to high levels of communication. You become beholden to them. You have to update them even when development has run into unexpected troubles. Plus, BitKid kept communications and marketing efforts high, believing a release to be months away, but in reality that wasn't the case. There were a number of delays. Therefore, they were in danger of boring their audience, talking too long and revealing too much too early. It wasn't until Dan Edelman, marketing guru formerly at Nintendo, joined the team that BitKid started striking a better balance. He had the bravery and insight to slow down the marketing machine. Kickstarter communication would have to remain, and BitKid updated its backers at least once a month reliably, but while progress with the game was taking the unexpected twists and turns all development cycles do, the push of the game to streamers, YouTubers and the like slowed right down. Enough so that BitKid could solve their problems internally in the background and come back stronger when the time was right. Chasm ramped up their marketing as release approached, but there was no avoiding a cluttered schedule. And unfortunately for Chasm, one of his biggest rivals, Dead Cells, got a break that no one could have predicted. IGN's chief Nintendo writer was found to have plagiarized his reviews of Dead Cells. The amount of attention this brought the game was monumental. Dead Cells was the top story on every game website, forum and podcast.
Of course, we've been covering here on Kinda Funny Games Daily all the plagiarism stuff that stemmed out of the Dead Cells review on IGN with their former Nintendo editor, Philip Mewson.
In in the end, if we just look at the rough numbers of Steam owners as a guide, Chasm has between 50,000 and 100,000 owners, while Dead Cells has more than 1 million. Of course, there's more that contributed to that difference, but there's no doubt the whirlwind around the IGN story helped. So, are there too many Metroidvanias? Put simply, no there aren't. There are too many though to make Chasm's hook result in a major hit. An endlessly replayable Metroidvania isn't particularly needed in a sea of Metroidvanias. But Chasm has been a success for its developers, and they have done what all good Metroidvanias do. They've gone back, retraced their steps and kept the fire alive. BitKit are still answering questions on Kickstarter, on their site and on Twitter long after release. As they learn more, they keep marketing the game with new skills and tactics. It's a game built on nostalgia. There's no real shelf life on its design, so the marketing, quite rightly, has not stopped the week after launch. The audience for these games skews older. They have disposable income, but they don't have the time they used to. They can support multiple games, especially as they retail at a lower price point, and most importantly, they are not going anywhere fast. To make a Metroidvania a success, you just have to relentlessly chase that audience. Don't even think about starting your marketing just before launch, and equally, there's no time to rest once your game is out. Thanks for watching this video. Follow the links to read the full case study, or watch one of my previous case studies here.